Santa Cruz. We are your new podcast. Go ahead and tell me.
And we're so excited to introduce and share interviews and stories that inspire, guide, heal, and entertain.
We are Susan Douglas and Denise Lane, and we are excited today to introduce Dr. Arthur Faygenholtz. Denise, I pronounced that correctly, did I?
Yes, it's Dr. Faygenholtz. He is the creator and father of stick yoga and the stick yoga method.
And Denise should know because he just happens to be her husband.
Yep.
Imagine healing yourself with a stick, though, Denise. That's amazing.
It really is.
Going out to let's go with Dr. Arthur, who is here. Thank you for coming along.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited to share.
Yes, we too. So you're known as father of the stick yoga and method.
The father of stick yoga and the technique and method, yes.
Okay, can you kind of tell us a little more about that?
Well, I developed stick stretching, became symmetrical stick stretching, became stick fitness, and then soon to become stick yoga, and then evolved to stick tai chi. And so it all blends the stick into discovering how to stretch yourself, how to rehabilitate yourself, how to improve your posture and your balance. And it's all with the stick as a tool, as an instrument, a way of balancing out your brain, balancing out your body. By that I mean creating ambidextrous symmetry. So people with balanced left and right coordination, like drummers or piano players or jugglers, have more gray matter. It's like being a left-handed person. There's more gray matter, more possible intelligence in the motor system.
That's interesting.
But coming to the stick, when you're holding it correctly and in a soft, relaxed way, you get feedback, and the feedback is you're slowing down to access the internal sensations, what we call the somatic body. You have to slow down. You have to relax. You have to move into another learning of your nervous system.
Okay, so let's rewind here. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I have one stick or two sticks?
Well, one stick is one access to different ways of stretching. Two sticks offers another blend of support and balance and workout.
Okay, so this is for yoga alone?
Well, let's qualify the definition of yoga. Yoga has many arms and many definitions. When I define stick yoga, it's using a stick to be in union, in yoga with yourself. One of the definitions of yoga is union with your body, mind, and spirit. And the breath is your way home. And the stretch in your breath and your mindfulness on your posture and your alignment is you're being present with exploring your landscape.
And it's also a great tool for yoga itself to help have the perfect yoga postures. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. I used to teach yoga, but I was not real flexible, so I used the stick to hold my balance and hold my positions and be able to relax the yoga poses, the triangle, the warrior, all the standing poses with a stick is so more accessible and easier to balance and relax into.
Oh, I'm with you on that. Oh my gosh, I don't practice yoga because if I'm on the floor,
well, this
you
is
know,
why,
I mean, it's really difficult.
Well, that's why
to get up and down.
Well, again, if you had something to hold on to, some people use a chair or a wall. These are all called props. Stick is my prop, and it's been my friend since I was a little boy in Brooklyn, New York, playing stickball out in the streets. So it evolved to self-care.
Yeah, wow. So do you have Denise practice this?
No, Denise is a yogini, just like my kids never picked up sticks, but they're top athletes, and they're very physically fit, and they're physical athletic people.
Yeah, I use it sometimes. It's great for alignment. It's excellent for alignment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I love the fact that you're saying that it balances the brain. Because I'm like super right. So if I start double sticks, I might get a more rounded me.
Well, let's talk about double sticks. I teach pole walking, walking with poles. So that's 2 sticks, walking sticks. There's a distinction between walking and hiking. That's called trekking poles, using trekking poles. Different function around rocks and branches and tree trunks and stuff like that. But pole walking, Nordic pole walking, is a technique, and it's straight away. And so it opens up bilateral, postural, aerobic, balancing. I mean, it goes on and on. The benefits of pole walking, it's used for cross-country skiers in Europe during the summer when they don't have access to snow. So you're continuously working the balancing of the upper and lower body, the left and right hemisphere. Most people do not understand how to work on being a balanced person in gravity. And stick stretching is not all, but the predominant is standing training in gravity, because that's where we mostly function.
So we're actually grounding ourselves.
I prefer shoes and socks off on earth or sand, beach, because that's grounding. That's connecting with the negative ions and creating an electrical neutralizing within the body electricity.
It's interesting you say that, because once I went to a kind of psychic person, and she was just speaking to a group in a room, and she told us, she said, if you're feeling overwrought, stressed, go outside, take your shoes and socks off and stand on the grass and let the earth take the strain away from you.
Absolutely.
So that's what you're saying.
Absolutely. It's always worked. It's most people never take their shoes off. People these days never touch the ground, never get grounding. It's like walking. It's a dying art. People don't need to walk anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why walking poles brings back a robotic, natural walking gait. It's symmetrical. It's upper and lower. It's front and left, front and back of the body.
Walking. You said in the article, sticking it in the Good Times recently, that walking correctly is a dying art. Why did you say that?
Well, I just mentioned that briefly, is because people refer to like finding parking angels, so they don't have to walk too far when they're going somewhere, and that's just an excuse so that they don't have to kind of use their body parts. People don't walk anymore. I watch people walk because I watch body mechanics, I watch posture, and people are carrying something, they're walking an animal, or they're reading something, and there's no natural cross crawl. There's no normal gait. People are distracted, and they're not really focused on the natural breathing and walking in an organic way. They're distracted.
Can you read people then from you just say you're watching people? Can you actually read people and their psyche, or
Well, I can feel people. I can feel what it's like being an empath. You can see that they're bummed out. They're in their mind. They're not present. In polyvagal theory, according to the nervous system, is you can observe the face, you can observe the eyes, the mouth, and see, observe the breathing, and the person is displaying a stress, a sympathetic fight-flight symptom of struggling with stress. And so the way to balance that out is using breathing techniques, and that's the whole conversation itself, but it's discovering how to deregulate stress, that using calming, relaxing breathing, going out into nature, taking your shoes, that's downgrading and coming back to going outside. You can't help but become more of a natural human being.
Yeah.
Earthling being,
Yeah. This morning I was on the train going through the redwoods, and it was just wonderful. The aroma, the smell of the forest is in itself So if I had been there, walking with shoes and socks off, I would have gleaned a lot more.
You would have been exposed to more healing from the earth. The smells you're talking about are the terpenes released from the trees, emitted from the phytosides, which protects the trees, and we breathe what protects the tree. We breathe it in, and so it helps increase our immune system, reduce our cortisol, reduce our mental depression. The forest, especially here, because it's so abundantly beautiful and organically robust, is a pharmacy, a natural pharmacy.
Fabulous.
You just can sit down, and what's called forest bathing in Japan, they have a name for it, and so it's just bathing in your senses. You're breathing in the best fresh air, recycled, but natural at its finest. You're smelling the smells. You're hearing the birds. You're listening to the trees talk. I mean, there's so much going on. Just to pause, I call it a pregnant pause, where you witness stillness, calm. There's nothing you have to do, so that's rare.
Yeah. Well, so do you lead groups through the forest?
Yeah, I do forest bathing, pole walking to the forest, and then going into the forest with no agenda outside of bathing, no conversation, because that's a distraction to the mind. It's about feeling, being an organic, curious child, never seen the forest, and no thinking.
Oh, that's wonderful. There is an institute, isn't there, in Scotts Valley that you teach at it?
1440 Multiversity. I started teaching there when they opened, so I was there in ribbon cutting. And I've been teaching there for about almost 7.5 years. I just had an anniversary, they sent me a card. And I teach stick yoga, stick fitness, which is more of an athletic stick routine, stick Tai Chi, which I developed there because I've been doing Tai Chi for almost 30 years, and so Yang style, fourth generation I studied with Yang Zendo, and so I blended stick because I'm the stick man. So now I do stick routine with a stick, or stick Tai Chi with a stick. Now here's where I've taken it to the next level, is doing all of these routines with a stick outside on the beach, barefoot, facing the ocean, watching the clouds, watching the birds, watching the waves, watching the sea life, and just being witness to the moment by moment shift in everything.
So how long would that take?
What do you mean?
How long are you out on the beach?
Well, it doesn't matter how. I'm on the beach, an hour so every day in the morning, and an hour in the evening to take a walk for sunset, and then going to the forest, with a stick. See, once you bring the stick, which is the tool, which I call for self-care, you have a playmate, you have a dance partner.
I love that.
Okay, and so you're holding,
So instead of Denise, you mean?
No, Denise that's a different partner, a different dance.
Different dance.
There's vertical dance, and there's anyway. So the article is very entitled "Sticking It." Sticking it. What is it? Well, it's the inner teacher.
It.
You never want to leave it. You don't want to forget it. You want to get it. You want to love it. You want to eat it. You want to drink it. What is it? It's the inner divine teacher. So I'm teaching people to stick it to themselves.
Right.
Access your inner teacher, because it's not. I don't really focus so much on strength training or heavy duty bodybuilding, because that's not what it is. It's more of an inner routine where you're softening, you're slowing down, and you're more in touch with the somatic body and the mind-body connection. It's creating what the heart math calls coherency between the heart and the mind and the body and the brain. So you're present, loving yourself and being coherent, and what we call down-regulating. So you're reducing stress. You're present, and you're more available to be clear or be inspired or be creative, because you're not under stress. You know how to calm yourself.
Right.
Yeah, you've inspired a number of people.
I've been what?
You've inspired a number of people, and they've taken your photo. They video you all the time on the beach. They send you photos. They send you videos. Yeah.
Well, people are curious to see something they've never seen before, so it's new and it's novel. That's the bottom line. It's novel. But throughout history, men and women have walked with staffs.
Yeah, that's true. You know, when I heard about it, I had this image of, you know, the illustrations I've seen through religious publications, like of Moses parting the sea, and he had a stick in his hand.
Well, yeah, and these are leaders of tribes.
Yeah.
These are medicine people. These are shamans. These are warriors.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed.
And so they carry the rod or the staff as a grounding. Okay, it's a grounding. They're touching the ground every step.
Yes.
And so the ground is pushing back to their energetic electrical also. So the staff is like
a long time.
What?
They've known this a long time.
Well, it's innate. It's innate. There's an African tribe called the Maasai.
Oh, I know the Maasai.
The Maasai
They live in Kenya.
They live in Kenya. They have the best posture in the world.
Oh, they do. They're marvelous.
They're warriors.
So upright.
They're upright. And so they stand with poles around their shoulders, carrying buckets of either blood or milk or right.
That's right.
Okay.
They do.
Okay. There's another tribe called the Fuzzy Wuzzy tribe in Africa.
The Fuzzy Wuzzy.
Well, they're also stick people. No, I'm not. I had to research this to find out where did stick come from. Well, they innately use it to navigate their terrain and to do their, there's jumping. You ever see some of these, the Maasai jump?
Maasai, yes.
They jump.
As do the Samburu.
Yeah. They jump up. They go vertical.
Yeah.
And so the sticks are like training props to go up. Anyway, it's
wow.
But sticks and staffs. I mean, check this out. Who watches sheep herding? What do they call them? Shepherds.
Yeah.
They have a staff.
Yes.
So what do you think when the sheep are asleep and safe? They do their staff work. That's my imagination.
Yeah, I was going to say. Well,
they do stick work out.
Listen,
everybody
I grew up in Wales, and there's a lot of sheep there.
That's great, and they all have the.
And they have they have their
so
sticks,
that
but
has
I haven't
history.
seen any shepherds working out with them.
I know, I'm making that up. But it helps them stand upright. It helps them ground, and they can stand longer and not slouch or do the other things that they create imbalances. Anyway, there's benefit value, and it's been known people who are handling a stick are more upright in their frame.
Right.
Which allows more space for their organs and for their breathing. And their flow.
So you've described yourself, as we've said before, as father of the stick yoga. So you're actually reintroducing ancient methods, and that makes you the new father.
Yes.
Yes. So
that's interesting. That's well said. Yes.
So did you kind of to take that title and keep it with you? Did you have to go to any trademark for this?
Well, yeah, we're trademarked. We got an R after stick yoga. Had to do the paperwork for that.
But you started this quite a while ago.
Yeah.
When did you start it?
1977.
Oh, wow.
I've seen pictures of
when
you
I was in
college.
Before I was in chiropractic college, I was teaching symmetrical movement while I was a chiropractic student at Portland Community College. I called it symmetrical movement for body awareness, something like that.
Right. And then you
trademarked
it.
We didn't trademark it till we were a number of years ago here in California.
Right. Okay.
But the stick yoga, it's a combination. It's a blend of yoga, tai chi, and soft martial art. And then what I've started to blend in was somatics and neuroplasticity, which is the neuroscience of rewiring yourself, just reprogramming and balancing your muscle system with mindfulness. So I'm bringing a different kind of training. As a senior, I just turned 76. I used to build muscles and strength train, and now I've discovered that What's needed for the aging population is more contemplative routines of meditating. I can't. No, I don't know how people can make it without meditating in today's society. So meditating and yoga or Tai Chi or Qigong or walking, forest bathing, slowing down where you can contemplate, where you can reflect, where you can digest and integrate what you just learned or read or heard. So there's a way for you to kind of blend yourself so that you're not running and chasing the wind, but you're actually having a good meal and you're satisfied and you feel healthy and
being more aware.
All the time. And the breath, what I found is if you're not aware of your breathing, you're thinking. And if you're not aware of your breathing, you're not feeling what you're experiencing in the present moment. So it's a relationship, physical, mental, and spiritual, because if you're aware of your breath, you're accessing your higher...
Well, that's a big learning curve for people. I mean, I'm sure there's many people who are boomers, as the generation we're talking about, who don't have a clue about what their breath's doing.
Yeah, I learned how to breathe doing yoga.
Yeah.
Right, but these are disciplines. Yoga's a discipline, Tai Chi's a discipline, and what it requires is practice. What you practice grows stronger. If you practice breathing, you grow stronger in the awareness and the distribution of airflow and oxygen and the brain benefits. I mean, there's a lot of value to being aware of being aware and being aware that you're aware. You're not anywhere else but here. And this is where life is to be enjoyed. You can't laugh at the future or the past. You got to be present to have the gush.
Yeah. Well, I've often heard to describe oneself as I am.
That's interesting you say that. Go ahead, keep going.
Well, no, I want to see how it fits with your philosophy.
Well, the philosophy that I have about I am is anything you say after that has to be high-level self-talk.
Okay.
Like, I am happy. Well, all of a sudden, happy mind thoughts come in. I am strong, or I am smart. But these are, I am, so you have to watch what you say after the I am, because I am is a very high spiritual beginning.
That's interesting. Yes, well, I've heard, that actually you have to be careful what you say in all aspects of life.
But with the I is and the am
it's a declaration,
is a divine beginning of declaring what is now.
Oh, wow. We have to be careful, Denise. But you have home training.
She needs.
If she comes out with statements, do you correct her?
It doesn't. I won't go there.
Okay.
It's not my place to. When someone's this is not regarding to Denise, but when someone's wrong, you don't make them wrong for being wrong. It's not that. Who are you to say they're wrong?
Right.
And so it's just a matter of letting it in and not being charged. We're plugged in and breathe.
Yeah. Okay.
And allow people to be where they are.
Okay. Well, this is really interesting stuff. So, what happens if I decide now? Okay, he's definitely got a point. Does Dr. Arthur? So I'm going to get me some sticks. Where do I go to get sticks? I mean, do I just get a couple of sticks out of the forest, or what happens there?
Well, you can go to somebody's yard and get some bamboo. Everybody's got bamboo in their thing. Not everybody. You can go to a lumber yard or a garden store and get some bamboo.
Mm-hmm. Do you still carry sticks?
I sell sticks in my office. I sell sticks in my seminars.
Oh, well, there you go.
You can get PVC and just get them in sections and get the connectors. I started out with standard closet pole, and now I morphed to rattan and polycarb tubes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But where would you get rattan in?
Well, you can That's a good
Oh,
question.
yeah. There was a place.
Martial arts.
You'd have to
Martial
contact
arts.
some martial
Yeah.
arts distributors.
Oh, okay.
Or
But I personally would rather not make my own stick. Would you, Susan? I'd rather buy my stick fully made.
Well, yeah, I wasn't thinking of kind of honing it myself. I was thinking ready-made, indeed, but in that,
there's benefit to making your
opposition.
own, just getting it raw material, sanding it, taping it with some grip tape.
You talk to the
colors.
wrong person.
Okay, anyway, everybody will have a different stick based
So
upon
to
their
speak.
artistic skills or not.
Yeah, it's all
Yep.
shtick, right?
But it's a way of touching yourself. It's a closed kinetic chain. It's you and you checking in.
Yeah,
And it's like a little bubble that you're creating. It's when it's done out in nature, there's no limits.
yeah.
There's nothing to break. There's nothing to, you have space.
Yeah, we all go floating around, don't we, in our own little bubbles. And I
Yeah.
suppose that,
Yeah.
this is definitely a technique of being more aware in your
More
little
present.
bubbles.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
choose to work out, you create a bubble of I call it radical self-care.
Yeah,
I qualify that by saying radical is you can't be wimpy. Denise knows me. You can't be wimpy. You got to be serious and committed. There's not a lot of time left.
well, no, yeah,
Okay.
who knows, yeah. who
Well, we
knows?
don't know. And so
Yeah.
the radical is get with the program.
Yeah.
And self is your higher self, your spiritual self. That's what this is all about, is going within and sharpening and fine-tuning the interior, squeaky clean from blood flow, airflow, organic, visceral, motility, space, so that you're shining and glowing.
Bit of shining and glowing wouldn't do any harm, really, would it?
No, that
Well,
sounds great.
That's when you create a bubble of radical self-care. You're getting radical because there's not a lot of time. Self is, my spirit is here, my mind is here, my body's here. I got to be here,
Yeah.
and it's got to be 100%. It can't be 50%. That's called half-ass. You ever see
That
somebody
is
with
the
a half butt?
that
That
is-
doesn't.
The
They don't. They got
technical term, yeah.
their
Technical
gates
term.
off. They got problems. So you want to have both butts firing.
Oh, well.
And so you strengthen
That's an
your.
interesting
So you
concept.
strengthen, every muscle in your body, outside, and every awareness that you can have on the inside. And the way to have that is through breath, through slowing down, through good posture, through awareness of where your head and your eyes are, to see a more spherical and participate in a more global experience with a stick.
Right, okay. Now, the sense of smell kind of enters my head when we're talking about forests and beaches and everything. And you have mentioned some of the properties that are in the forest. But is there anything one can be drawn to, particularly in the way of purchasing some kind of
Fragrance?
essential
Well,
oil?
essential oils are reflections of what's in nature,
Yeah.
in the plants and the leaves and the flowers and those different woods, forests like cedar or pine, eucalyptus. Those are oils. Those are right.
Right.
And so now these are people bringing the forest into their nose through the oils.
Right.
Okay, but it's to remind, it's to ignite the feeling, the experience of remembrance of the great outdoors.
That's a
Right.
great question. I love eucalyptus.
Yeah, so
Eucalyptus is
so again,
nice.
each
Yeah.
person's going to have
Yeah.
their alchemy of
Uh-huh.
attraction to get. Wow,
Yeah.
some people like to smell chocolate. Like, oh God, that's it. Well, I mean, you're right.
Or coffee.
Oh, coffee. Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely coffee.
So that will ignite the olfactory bulb, the smell receptors. The brain all of a sudden lights up. I'm remembering somewhere in the early days. Some of it's good, some of it could not be good in terms of smells.
Yeah.
But you refine your senses by nature, really sucking air. I used to run marathons, so you chose to produce more what we call NO, nitric oxide, nasal breathing,
Right.
which dilates, which you want more dilation. And so you're filtering and humidifying through the. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But you want to really I changed my name. I have a Hebrew name. My wife knows this. It's called Ruach. Ruach is a Hebrew word meaning the breath of life. the breath of God,
So
the wind.
what?
Okay, in Greek, it's called pneuma.
Uh-huh.
Pneuma is the wind,
Yeah.
the breath. the
So do
breath.
people know you as Ruha?
No,
No.
it's just my.
Oh, it's
my
just your own
my personal.
thing you keep to your chest.
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But
All right.
in that vein, I am breath. So
Uh-huh.
I don't stray far from my awareness of my name, because
So,
it
I mean, do you
reminds me to breathe, and so
Yeah.
you don't want to go far from that. All of a sudden, like, wow, I'm a born again breatharian, and all of a sudden I change the moment. I'm an alchemist, and I'm a pharmacist, and I'm a druggie to my breath.
So do you wake up in the morning and say, "Good morning, Ruha. What are we going to do?"
Well, I don't. I wear nasal dilators at night, so I have more airflow into my nose.
Wow.
Up to 40% more with certain dilators that open up the diameter. But it's not that I have to say Ruah. I know, because I'm putting a lot of my mental attention on it.
Yeah.
I know because I am.
That's right. I am a committed breather,
Yeah.
because I'm on this earth to be happy and alive. My breath keeps me and my spirit here.
Yeah, and also you have a tremendous amount of energy. I refer to you as the Energizer Bunny. And maybe you can tell us what gives you so much energy.
Well, sleep is a real. I'm finding if I go to bed early, 9:30, 10, and get up at 4:30, 5, I get a lot done. I listen to certain lectures on different topics that just blow my mind. I meditate. I do my back exercises. I feed my cats. I have a cup of coffee. I have a ritual. I jump on my trampoline. I go to my hot tub. I mean, I gotta before I go to leave anywhere. I'm like
Jeez,
lit
that's
up
the day over.
from inside.
This is just starting now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just getting going. But how do I have energy? It's what I think about every day. I'm learning something different every day. I'm exploring new movements, new Tai Chi movements, new teachers that open up new thought patterns. Somebody changes something of thinking, all of a sudden that opens up a whole plethora of a cavern of possibilities. And so being curious, being physical, like I said, I go to the beach at least once a day
Yeah.
to commune with the great outdoors, to the forest. I do my Tai Chi in the forest, and I've got a theater of ancestors cheering me on. I'll go to the beach and talk to my father, who's an ancestor, his father, and I just ask as an invite to connect.
Well, that's fascinating. So describe this. You're connecting with your ancestors. So how does that work?
Well, it's imagination.
Right.
Okay, so there's a willingness to believe in the unseen.
Mm.
And there's more in the unseen than in the seen. So
But it's kind of interesting you say that because, I lost my father.
Yes.
And I had to sell his car. And I was taking the car to be sold elsewhere from the town that we were in. And as I drove that car, I totally sensed him sitting next to me. And that's what you're talking about.
yeah, well, it's exactly.
Yeah.
It's a physical change, but energetically, nothing leaves this earth, this field. Everything is here. Everything's here. And so, yes, my father. If I told you what I did, I looked at my pictures of a picture of my father, looked into his eyes, and I did an exercise called the dance of remembrance, which means you look beyond the physical eyes, you look into the soul. And I've only done this in ritual, the fire walks with people. I've never done it with a picture.
Arthur leads firewalks also.
What's a firewalk?
You walk on hot coals
Oh.
as a ritual to break through your limited beliefs of fear.
But no, I've heard of that in India, right? So this is.
Well, it's in many places in the world. It's been in Japan. It's been in India. It's been in the Indians here. It's been.
So wait a minute. You lead people through hot coals.
I have been for the past almost 30 years here in Santa Cruz.
So, what happens the first time you take them on? Aren't they terrified?
Of course.
He likes
Oh,
that.
I love it.
So what do you do with them?
I change their brain waves. I change their frequency by giving them, a new input. and give them the opportunity to choose to step out into the great unknown.
So,
the great mystery.
So there's Dr. Arthur on the hot coals walking forward, and then next one comes on and says, okay, we'll follow you. Is that how
Well,
it works?
it's not that they will. People step out when they're moved, when the energy changes and they feel calm and relaxed and confident, they go. If they don't, they don't.
So you walk across the coals and stop and turn around and look at them, and they then get their confidence from you.
Well, no, they don't get confidence from me.
No.
They get to experience a shift in their thinking and their attitude about what they can and can't do.
Okay.
And once they kind of break through their thinking, then what else can they do that they thought they couldn't from fear? See,
Yeah.
fear of snakes, fear of falling, fear of heights, fear of fire walking is the same, comes out of the same faucet.
Huh.
So if you face the fear squarely, the death of fear is imminent, so to speak.
Yeah,
So-
I have heard
Okay,
that.
so
Of its
just-
hold on
of its
you.
hold on you,
Yeah.
which is
There's
you
always fear.
you holding yourself back from being the more your capacity by that fear, by that I don't want to get burned, I don't want to limp, I don't want to go to the hospital, I don't want to be in pain.
Yeah.
But what if you go beyond that and go, I don't know what I'm going to feel, I'm just going to go, and all of a sudden you go and go, wow, that wasn't so bad. Well, who said it was bad? Nobody
Yeah.
said it was bad.
That was our
Whoa.
first date. He talked me into coming to one of his fire walks. That was our first date.
You're kidding me. And
No.
you walk through fire.
Yeah, I wasn't planning. He got me, you know how he got me to the fire walk? He said, you don't have to do anything. You can just watch it. And so I said, okay, I'll go and watch it. And then I got there and I see mothers and sons doing it. I see everybody's doing it. I thought, oh, I can do this.
And
And I did.
We bent
and you didn't
rebar.
hurt.
It was great.
We bent rebar with our
No.
throat, or
You what?
rebar bending.
He sets up all kinds of exercises
Extreme
to
tasks.
terrify you.
Arrow
and
breaking
then
with your throat.
and then
Anyway,
you do-
that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Oh my good
But
Lord.
but in the fire, I'll just come back to the stick. I'll just come back. In the
Give it a-
evening of the
give it a bit of
fire
shake.
walk,
Yeah.
I do a fire dance. So I have a stick with two torches on both ends. It's towels wrapped up with wire. Stick them in kerosene and light them, and have two torches on both ends. And I spin them. I do a kind of a fire dance.
But I've seen that, kind of on stage and things.
Well, maybe, yeah, in Hawaii, quick dancing. Burning Man, there's many fire dancers.
I've never been to Burning Man.
Well, it's like being
Yeah,
on another
it's-
planet.
it's
It's a
unbelievable.
very different world.
Really?
Yeah,
It's hard to explain.
really,
You have to be
really
there.
amazing. Yeah.
But the fire dance allows you to be in the field of sound, the flames, the fire. You're in a bubble, and you're creating the motion, and so it's unexplored territory. You're making it up. You're a creator of your dance with fire. Anyway, it allows people to step out into the unknown, into the great mystery, go through their fears of being in front of people, doing something they've never done. All of this is pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
And so when I put a stick in people's hands, they have to push their own envelope. Or they could be wimpy and not discover their magnificence by being strong and being fit and being happy and have energy. I know how to have energy. Ask my wife.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so I wake up real early
Yes.
and start the day
What
learning.
time? What
learn.
time do you
Like
wake up?
4:30, 5.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You didn't always wake up that
No, I
early.
didn't
though,
early.
And you always had energy. So
I've always had
waking
energy.
up early is not the
But I discovered
key
now
here.
now I can learn
Yeah.
what I want to learn. Because during the day I have to do things for
Yeah.
the people. But when I have my own time, I know what I'm learning. I know what I'm learning, and I know what I'm curious, and I know what people are going to get when they're in front of me, because I know a lot of things that are pertinent to what can help people. I'm an elder, and so in the elderness, I study shamanism.
I was going to say, an elder kind of refers to a tribe. So you
The,
mean
the human race is
of
my
shamans.
tribe, and we have to come together in the heart. We have to
Yeah.
get coherent with ourselves, and so the stick routine is a way of you to become a warrior, become sovereign in your physicality, but not just physical, in your mental capacity of staying focused and present and operate in what's called a spherical approach to conditioning, which means you're not just focusing on the hand or this muscle or this joint. You're aware from the tip of your finger to the tip of your toe to the visceral organ of the digestion to the stomach and to the and you're witnessing a global body in totality, and you're moving what's called the chi or the life force through the breath and through the movement, and so it's a dance.
And
Wow.
also, Susan mentioned elder, or you mentioned elder, and wouldn't you say that that an elder moving into the elder state as opposed to a aging feeble state is really what we want to do. We want to become elders.
Absolutely.
So that we access what we have learned over our lifetimes and have some wisdom and can share it with other people, the people who haven't had that experience.
Now wait a minute. You just said lifetimes plural.
What Denise just said is so accurate. I see what I have written here in these words. Spiritual eldering. This is cosmic. You understand? Harvest your qualities and gifts from life experiences.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
life
exactly what you
experience.
said.
Yes.
See, as an elder, you've accumulated that life experience. This worked, this didn't work. Now I know it works. This
Yeah.
definitely works. I know how to create because I'm a
Yeah.
creator, because I know what works. And you share them because they're gifts.
Yeah,
And that's the
yeah.
shaman passing, or the ancestors. We're all preparing to be ancestors. Okay, but while we're here, we can connect to our ancestors, to the lineage, by asking to connect.
Yeah.
Like your dad, I
Right.
connected to my dad like I never, ever, ever, ever did before, and he's not even here. And the love is even stronger now. He's
Yeah.
not working. He's not in pain. And so
Yeah.
he's like free.
Yeah.
He's a field of light.
How wonderful is that?
Well, everybody has access to it. They
Yeah.
just have to go outside and let go and trust the invisible field.
Yeah. When Princess Diana died, the whole country, was
Well,
in
the whole
shock.
world.
The whole
The whole
world.
world, yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Throughout.
Yeah. But she was laying out. Was she laying out in state, or I'm trying to remember now the actual
They have
circumstance.
royal rules.
I was wondering if she's laying out, or was just the coffin. But
Just the
people were allowed to walk past,
Mhm.
and so many people said they all saw her standing in the corner.
Oh wow.
So that was reported. Yeah.
See, because the stillness, the serenity, the peace, the reverence,
Right.
the state of everybody's spirituality,
Yeah.
the spiritual elder, the reverence, everybody felt.
Yes, absolutely.
And so the presence of her was palpable and visible from an energetic.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
so
it's
that said,
Yes.
if you close your eyes and you think that you can feel and see and touch and be touched, you can.
It's a muscle.
But you have to
It's a muscle.
access
Has to be developed.
not ego, because it's not that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a space of serenity and like a spiritual pause. And then you can access the frequency, the vibe,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you breathe it in and you're connected and it's established.
Mm.
It's nice to ask for friendly, good relations. To
Oh yeah, we
come
don't want
in.
any demons showing up.
They're not demons, but they may have unresolved issues that we can heal. But you got to be present,
Yeah,
conscious,
yeah.
loving.
Yeah. No, I'm going to kind of go off tangent now to something called a Ouija board. You know what Ouija boards are,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
When I was in high school, we used to hide in the photographic room every lunch, or some lunchtimes, but maybe not every lunchtime. And we used to perform something with the Ouija board.
A ritual.
You naughty girls.
A ritual.
Very naughty girls.
Naughty.
Very naughty. But one time we had one of the girls was descended from German Jews, and she said, "I want to know about Hitler." And this glass went around and around, and she said, "Why did you kill my grandfather?" Because he was in a camp. And this glass shot, and it spelt out a very bad word, which I'm not going to say here, but it spelt out a very bad word, and then it flew off the table.
Wow.
It so spooked us. I mean, we're talking about bad vibes. Spooked us. We never did it again. That was it. And I couldn't walk down a road without looking behind me for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really spooky.
You entered into a domain that scared you.
Yes, very much scared.
You accessed something that was different and unique and
And scary.
real.
Yeah. Well, it certainly
Don't understand.
kept us out of the photographic room, I can tell you.
But so you can
Oh,
change
man.
change the ritual now and have a different, because now you're an elder. Your approach,
Yes,
your
I know.
intention,
Yes, I know.
your intention.
We're
would-
talking about Asia. No, I'm kidding.
Well, again, there's a book by the name of Rabbi Zalman Schechter called "From Aging to Saging."
Ah,
Now, there's
That's
a
a good one.
qualifier.
Yeah.
Saging is an intelligent approach to getting on in years.
yes. Don't look at me so hard when you say that.
No, don't be so self-conscious. It's all an inside job. We're all pink on the inside.
Yeah, and I love the idea of us becoming elders and sages instead of just becoming
Old people.
old people who
Yeah.
just become invisible and don't have any energy
Right.
and just kind of give up
Yeah.
and just
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing. It's who you hang out with.
Yeah,
That's who you hang out with. It's interesting.
part of
My men's group that I had last night, which I started almost 30 years ago, we each man led a little bit of a physical routine that they do in their own in their own life. So Dr. David did some push-ups. I did some some qigong, joint limbering up. Someone else did. Mark did some other tai chi and qigong, and so we learned from each other. We shared what we do in our physical disciplines, and so again, it's sharing spiritual gifts
Yeah.
from our life experience, because
That's
not everybody
amazing.
exercises, but
So-
to see somebody do something that
Yeah.
that they do every day, wow, this
Yeah.
has value.
It's a birds of a feather gathering together.
It's
in
a
your particular
tribe.
case. Yeah.
Going in the same direction.
Yeah. That's great.
It
I mean,
is.
did you find them through your work?
No, there's many ways for a group to form, but it was through invitation. It was through friends, people going, learning, opening, sharing from the heart. No leader. It's a leaderless group. We have it in different men's homes or places on the beach, and we have a theme,
Oh,
a
wow.
spiritual theme,
Yeah.
and we stick to the theme. We have a talking stick, so each person has a little time, some time, and
That's such good therapy.
we
Yeah.
meditate.
Yes.
We meditate before we start the meeting,
Yes.
so we get coherent in ourselves, and we
Yeah.
have a group coherence, which is like rare.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
it's a marvelous idea because, I mean, not anything against, your gender, but you
Hey,
can
man
be-
creates war. Man creates bad drugs.
You can be
gangs.
inclined to not communicate sometimes,
Yeah.
in general, it can be a problem throughout life. But for you to open up to other people, other men, which is not common at all.
It's not common.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
common.
not.
However, we've always been in tribe. We have to survive. We have to depend upon to hunt. You need a few men, and all the other things. It's a community. This is where the blue zones is social. You have to really have a social support network.
Yeah, we're basically social creatures, and so the fact that we have so much loneliness out there is really sad because we're social creatures, but we don't have the communities
Yeah.
that we used to grow up in. So now we have to create them.
So you
Right,
so you find
absolutely.
people you want to learn from. Like I said, you create a women's group.
Yeah.
Women you want to learn something from, or men that you want to share and you want to grow older. It's like you really choose your community and your support by going out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so
so
hard.
That's the fire walk.
for
That's all
many
the principles.
people.
You have to go to your edge and discover trust,
Yeah,
what they call faith.
yeah.
You can't just have a little faith.
No.
You got faith.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Yeah.
can't be a little pregnant. You're pregnant.
Yeah.
It's okay. There's a reality, and then there's a perception of what you'd like it to be, and so everybody's going to be getting old, but not everybody's going to be getting elderly and sage-like.
Yeah.
It's a state of mind,
Yeah.
and what I was getting about with contemplative routines and exercises is the road to slowing down, to being more present, to having a quality life, to enjoying people and being with people, learning from people and being happy with people. It's easier to be happy in a group than by yourself.
Yeah, so if somebody is out there searching for, a guidance, is there any particular books or groups they should belong to that you know of that's online or?
Well, there's so many things online these days.
Yeah.
There's so many groups. I get
people-
things in the mail. I get, there's just depends upon where you live. There's word of mouth. There's asking friends that you trust. You're asking a very big question. How do you find networks?
Right.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
look at, sometimes there's meetup groups. Sometimes,
Right. Right.
it'll come up.
There's no particular kind of book that you would say, listen, read this, and it'll guide you.
Relative to the elderly, say from saging to aging, from
Saging.
aging to saging.
Aging to
Solomon
saging.
Schechter, that would be one. If you're looking at
Saging to aging. By who? Do you know who
from
that?
aging
Yeah. Oh,
to
well, maybe I'm-
saging.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can just Google it and you'll find Rabbi
Okay,
Solomon
that's
Schechter.
great. Okay.
So that's relative to getting older.
Okay.
But again, it's not that we're not getting older. We want to be getting smarter. We want to be getting happier. We want to be getting healthier. We want to get the ears.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to enjoy the aging process
We wanna-
instead of suffer.
Here's the thing: what they found out, the research is that older people are happier people.
Yeah. Huh.
They
Yeah.
are happier people. They don't have the same issues. They don't have to prove anything. They have to create anything. They don't, the kids are out of the house, and so they're happier. Older people are happier, but they also have to have a purpose, a gift. They have to want to share their gifts. They have to discover, what they're here for. That those are all purposes and reasons to wake up, to get excitement, to add.
Absolutely.
Add
They
to,
can get out of bed.
to get out of bed.
Yeah.
It's not the same old, another day. No, it's like, wow, another opportunity
Yeah.
to create.
That's great.
There's a
you know.
saying, I invite you to create a masterpiece in your life every day.
Oh wow!
They-
We'll wrap it on that. And the first thing I'm going to do is get myself some sticks, because you've got to start somewhere.
I'll give you one. How's that? I'll give you one. Have sticks in my, have extra stick. I'll give you a stick.
Oh,
He has
Because
thank
I
you.
like
He has
you.
so
I
many
like you, Susan. You're
But
very
I
cool.
like you
And you're
too.
hanging out with
Denise
my wife,
definitely
so
likes
you're
you.
Yeah,
you
I
got good
definitely like
taste.
you.
You got good taste. If you can help her, if she can help you, that's what it's about.
Yeah, indeed. We all help each other, and we get by with a little help from our friends.
Yeah, our
That's
Beatles
right.
said that, and they're still famous. We're still singing their songs.
Yeah.
Dr.
Love,
Arthur.
love,
It's about love.
All you
Sing
need
us out.
is love.
Sing us out, Dr.
Well,
Arthur.
well, I sang on the stage singing these first few words. Love is all you need. Love is the strongest energy in the universe. Where there's love, there's God. Where there's God, it's good. Where it's good, there's God. And it's all the same when you know that you know, and you know. So you can relax
Okay.
and enjoy the show.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
And we'll sing it out. Love,
Love,
love, love, la, 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 la.
Love,
love, love. Thank you so much to Dr. Arthur Faygenholtz. We so appreciate his sharing his knowledge. And if you want to know more about Dr. Arthur's work, we recommend you go to his website, stickyoga.com. faygenholtz.com.
And thanks to you, our listeners, for joining us and listening to our first podcast, and the first of many to come. We appreciate you. Until then, it's Denise
and Susan
signing off.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.